Hello everyone, it's me, Andrea. Today I'm here with a mixed media canvas, and this is hugely inspired by Gerda Lipski. She has a YouTube channel here, and I start with a thick layer of gesso, and in the wet gesso I press some foil and a bit with a spatula to get some texture on the canvas. And after that, I dry it properly, and then I take some modeling paste on the bottom to create some rectangles and press some of this what Lynn sent me, this rubber anti slippery mat, into to get some nice pattern. And here I already started to put some of it's newspaper, actually. It's simply newspaper text with transfer method, with gel, with medium, with matte medium down. And this one, the long one on the bottom, that's actually, it was already grey, not white, so it makes really a nice pattern. Afterwards you will see that under the paint. Here I use Prussian blue and sienna, burnt sienna, to water down and put it on the canvas, and I spritzed some alcohol into to get this nice pattern. After I dried it, I used baby white to get the pattern out, this texture I put down. And that's, I use it with baby white to rub the paint off again. These boxes I created, I put some fluid acrylic von Golden down, that's Titan Buff, and put that on, and wasn't the right thing. And then I mixed that Titan Buff with, or Titan Buff with some orange to make it darker, and I liked it much more. I put some on top of this newspaper transfer on top there, and I decided to frame it with this simply black acrylic, and the next one was a bit of the Prussian blue. I didn't really like it, but I didn't want to leave that boxes without any framing. And then after a while, I put some white gesso on top of that to blur it out, that this non-framed side hasn't got that sharp edge. So I blurred it out with white gesso, simply white gesso. But I didn't like it, so I decided to use a credit card and simply gold acrylic paint, and went out scratched over it. And so I got a really not very defined pattern on that. And here, this was the rectangle on the bottom. I forgot to create, actually. I put the modeling paste down before, and I really didn't see it. It didn't have a lot of texture, so I didn't see and forgot about it. And then I used fluid acrylics from Golden as well. It's Acridon Nickel Ozo Gold, to have a bit of a shadow down there, to have actually to have it separated from the upper part. I wanted to have that a separate part, so I used that, and then I started to shade it with the same paint, with the same color, to get a bit more depth there. And that's what I do around the boxes, basically, after the first layer dried. And yeah, that's it. I'm not doing a lot more. Showing still how I put a bit of shade around that. And I think that's it. Of course, the edges. And here I use a Derwent Inktense to get a sharp line there, to really have it separated, visual as well. And I used the Inktense pen around the boxes as well, yeah, that's right. And go over it with a water tank brush to smudge it out a bit. And to have a bit of a darker shade there around. So the next step then was I needed something white on that side, and I used my Pit Pen Big Brush in white, I have now, and lighted that up a bit there on that side. I think that made this visual separation really visual. That made the separation really visible, let's say it like this. So, of course, some of the black were a bit blurred, and I went over it with a Pit Pen again. And at the last step, I put some Inca Gold in gold over the texture, not everywhere, on the top left part most, on the edges. And the last bit I did was to write on these boxes, because this canvas, I call it statement, and these are my statements. No one can read it. I know what I've written, but I wrote it in a way no one can read it. So, and but they are my statements. So now at the end of the video, we'll see some still pictures, and I hope you like it. And I will see you with the next video soon. See you then. Bye bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.